If your 1 rep max is 250 and you try to hold 315, this is what I experience. I experience a lot of joint discomfort. Like your wrist basically bends back, your stomach trembles, everything trembles because your body's overloaded in such a way that's probably beyond being safe, which is probably why you shouldn't even try that. But my point is I remember doing that once just to see what 315 felt like. This was like 10 years ago, long time ago, when all I was doing was benching. And one of the cool things about the Slingshot I'm beginning to realize, it just allows you to overload 10, maybe 20% above your 1 RM. 20% is a pretty big number above your 1 RM for a bench press. But if you're kind of a beginner-ish, 20% won't be too bad. If you're kind of like pretty elite, and what does elite mean? I don't know. For me, elite would mean, I guess it would depend on your body weight. But I just know I have a lot of room to grow in the bench press. I think with my body type and my weight, I got like 350 in me. Maybe not, maybe end of next year, we'll see. Maybe not for a pause bench, but definitely for like some, some good, maybe a small bounce at the bottom. And no matter how much you bounce, I mean 350 is 350, which is what's so cool about large weights. Even if the form isn't perfect, obviously there's risk for injury, but it's still heavy, no matter how you look at it. When people criticize people about, oh man, he used straps. He was fucking deadlifting 800 pounds. I mean, come on, like shit like that. Adaptation, your body takes time to adapt, and the thing that takes the longest to adapt is your tendons and your ligaments. Ligaments are what connect bone to bone, and tendons are what connect muscle to bone. And those are connective tissue that, like if you feel your, what's this, your sternum here, or your clavicle connects here to your sternum, this moves a little bit, right? There's connective tissue in there that kind of makes this slide and roll. Even here, from your clavicle to your scapula, to the acromion process here, it slides and rolls. It moves around. It does stuff, and that stuff takes time to harden and get thicker and stronger. And if you look on the like the microscopic level and you look at some of this capsular tissue, you'll see like it's almost like webbing. And the webbing is like, I don't know, I guess thick rubber bands that don't have a lot of elasticity to them. Not much of it, at least. And that takes time to harden. And the bicep, for example, you got tendon, bicep tendon goes into the shoulder up here, and that takes time to get stronger. The muscle will always get strong. But the problem is the tendons and the joints don't get strong. So that's kind of why it's important that you progress properly, because your body will be able to tolerate a lot of weight. Like if you have something falling on you or it's going to crush you, you're going to push you push to a degree of hurting something if you're about to die. And like, for example, bench press is a good example. I mean, usually if you're smart, you'll have a spotter. But if you're about to die, I mean, you're going to have a lot of stuff kick in, or you're about to get severely hurt. You're going to make sure you don't get hurt. And my point is that you have to make sure that when you progress your workout programs and you work out hard and you get stronger, especially like in powerlifting, you got to progress appropriately. Here's a really cool thing I like about making YouTube videos while I work out is I get these ideas while I work out, and I keep thinking about what I'm going to say to the camera. And sometimes I forget, and I got a really good idea or a really good thought. And that's kind of why I like working out at home. But sometimes, especially if I'm doing really heavy squats or deadlifts or some sort of metabolic a little bit higher rep work, it helps. I mean, having people in the gym, coworkers, I mean, that environment really helps push me. So the house where I live, the houses are kind of close together, so I can't be slamming weights on the ground.